All right, here I am with the amazing Pat Funderburg, who has created one of the prettiest decks I've seen. It's the Mindful Moments. But what I love so much about this deck is that it's her beautiful artwork, which she's going to explain to us all about. But what I want to ask you first, Pat, is what got you interested in making a card deck in the first place?
Well, actually, even as a teenager, I used to read cards, but it was like a regular deck of playing cards. But then it evolved into other stuff when I would actually buy decks and I'd read them for people and they would come back and tell me, you said such and that happened. I said, really? I didn't
Wow.
know that was a gift that I had. And so it
Yeah.
just kind of encouraged me to continue doing that. But then I forgot about it for a long time. And when I saw these designs and found out that I could make them, I could create them. And then I saw your advertisement for card deck creators. I'm getting chill bumps as I'm just saying it right now. I was like so happy that I could use those designs and create my own card deck. So
Yeah, so you're talking about the designs and I was talking about your artwork. So before we show, well, actually, I'm going to just pull one. I'm going to just show. I
okay.
just put this one.
Oh
So
yeah.
look at that amazing, it's like amazing. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about how you what this artwork is all about. Because each one of your how many 40 cards you have, they're all different.
All
So this is
different.
just one of them. So tell us about the artwork because it's so unique and special.
Well, it's a form of ink, and you go through the process. They showed us this whole thing at a picnic, a senior picnic, and as soon as I saw it, I loved it. So I ended up calling the counselors back, asking, "What do I need? Show me this, show me that." But it was still a process to get it right because things could just be all runny and wouldn't make any sense. So once I learned it and I just kept doing it, it got better and better. And so, I mean, I don't, so basically, like I said, it's a form of ink. And you just have to put it on a medium and it kind of creates itself.
Wow. So because you were telling me that you had some intuition as a young girl that you didn't even know about, do you think that kind of that intuition really plays into your artwork too? Because
Yes.
there's so many different things. Like as I'm just looking at now, I can almost see like a person's face, like right over here
Yep.
in the eye.
Yep.
So I can create so many different things by looking at this. So
You
there has
really
to be
can.
much more than
I don't know how to explain it. It's almost like it's in your mind, sort of what you see. It's in your heart, what you see. Because after I would get them done, I would just lay them out on a flat surface, and I just sit there and look at them for hours sometimes, and I wouldn't realize I had done it. Then sometimes, once I found myself smiling as I was looking at them, and the main thing that I remembered that meant the most to me was that my mind wasn't talking all in my head all the time,
mm,
because some of this was during a time where I was kind of struggling with a lot of stuff. I had a lot on my plate. My husband was sick, a lot of different things happening. And they were like a wonderful distraction for me. And that's where I really saw the value in it more than anything, because our minds are always blah, 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 blah.
oh, for
And
sure.
then we get mad about something or we get sad. And the thing I found about the cards, that was my recess from my mind
Mm.
more than anything. Yeah.
So it's almost like a meditation then, right? Because you
Yes.
can sink yourself in and just keep finding different things. So
Yes.
your thoughts go away and you're focused like in this picture, in this moment, right?
Yes. And that once I realized that, it touched my heart so much.
Mm,
I said, you know what? I'm going to do this for as long as I can. I'm just going to sit and look at them. I'm going to find a way to share them with people. But I didn't know
yeah,
about the cards at the time,
right.
you know.
Well,
So,
because each one of these is an original work of art that you do on a tile, right?
yes.
So
Yes, I
you
had little
can't,
square tiles I was putting them on.
right? So they're original works of art. So unless a person was to buy one original work of art, then they don't have a way to get them, right? they would have to buy one from you. So now the
Yeah, I
card
mean, then
deck,
you, right, now that's what this helped. That's what, well, I don't know how to say, I'm so excited. I've got to calm myself down for a minute. But I don't know. It's like I was just giving them away to people. At like Christmas
yeah.
time, I'd be at my family's house and I would just lay them
Oh,
out on the floor. I said, okay, take one, each you take one. And they
wow.
would go gravitate and take the one that they wanted.
Nice.
The
Okay,
thing
so
but on that medium, they're not waterproof. So I was
mm,
thinking about them as coasters initially,
right,
but you know, you can't put a cup of tea or coffee on them or they'll just,
right.
mess up.
And I guess you
But
can
then they
hang it,
still make nice designs
and you can hang it on
sometimes.
the wall because like it's almost like
Yeah,
hanging a plate, so they have those hangers.
yes.
But
And that's
still
what some
you're
people did.
yeah, but still you're getting rid of all like you're that's one piece of art that's gone. So this is like so perfect because someone gets to have all 40 of your
Yes,
designs and enjoy them in that really beautiful way. Like wow,
yes,
like look at this one.
yeah,
I mean,
yep.
they're just I'm
I
just
love
showing a
them.
few because this matches
Yeah.
actually what you're wearing.
Oh, does it? Okay, yes, it
So
does.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite?
Um, I do. I'd have to find it, but I love them all. I love them all. I really like this one. Can you
So
see it?
push it up just a little high. Oh, that's really I like
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And even when I'm making them, I think about the colors that I'm using.
Yeah. I
It's
mean,
like I just
they're
don't like splash anything down.
no,
I
obviously it's
I
artwork.
have intention of
Yeah.
what I want to see come out of it. I really
Yeah.
do. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they're
In
super
fact, I'm going to
beautiful.
be making some more tiles soon. And I may start seeing if I can do things with the tiles themselves, but I love the cards. I
Yeah.
love
And
the
this is
cards.
a great start to get people interested. And maybe they can then commission some beautiful pieces from you, right? And you can do them even
Hmm.
bigger on a bigger
Yes,
tile or
yes.
even a canvas, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
I've done them on different shapes of tiles too.
very nice. Yeah,
Yes.
very nice. So who is the card deck for?
It's for my husband.
Hmm.
Um, he passed in 2014, but he became ill in the early 2000s. And I, my mind just didn't know what to do with that situation because everything was different. We were married for almost 43 years.
Wow.
And, it was just really to honor him because he was a special kind of person. I mean, to me, but a lot of our friends would say so too, because he was so smart. He was so insightful with a lot of stuff. And he could always help people get through situations. I love the
Hmm.
poem he used to say. I hope I can remember it all. No, I'm going to try to read it because I don't want to, I don't have to pause. Every act of conscious learning requires the willingness to suffer an injury to one's self-esteem. That is why young
Hmm.
children learn so easily and why adults, especially if they are vain or important, have difficulty learning at all. Therefore, pride and vanity is a greater obstacle to learning than stupidity. And he used to love to say that all the time, just to let
Wow.
people know you have to be open. You can't have an ego and think you know everything. You
Yeah.
have to really be open just to grow, so
Beautiful. Beautiful.
yeah,
So this deck is made in his honor, which is such a beautiful
yes,
thing, which makes them even more special.
yes.
Really nice. So this deck is made in his honor. And what kind of person would be able to use this deck? I mean, I think it's everybody, but I want to hear like if you have a specific kind of person that would benefit from it.
Well, I think if are people who are always in their heads and always unhappy and always questioning their
Mm,
value or their worth, it kind of lets you back up and think that you don't have to think about those. You don't have to take those things personally, because when you do, it affects your mood. It affects your productivity affects a lot of stuff. For me, it had just helped me. It was a distraction. By looking at the design, I could really clear my mind and I wouldn't keep thinking about things. And I know most people are in that situation, and the times we live, things are very difficult. And I think that if people realize and learn how to listen to when their mind is talking to them and recognize that's not real, it's just, noise in your head.
Yeah.
And eventually you learn a way, because it's going to be different for everybody in how you come through the process. But you have to first be aware that it's happening, and then you can know how to, oh, nope, I'm not going to listen to that. Because those are the kind of things I would say to myself, like, nope, I don't have time for this right now. And it distracts you to something else.
Right.
So, yeah,
Right.
I think most people that live in their
Yeah.
heads like that.
Sure. I mean, we're on a highly distracted. So the idea that it's mindful moments, which again, we all can use, right? And a journey through your mind,
Mhm.
which I love also, because now we talked about the beautiful painting on the front, right?
Mhm.
But on the back, you have your quotes, or these are
Oh,
your
the
personal
affirmations. Yes,
affirmations. So
yes.
why don't we do where you do a couple of, like, pull a couple cards for us, show us the front, hold it up high and show us the front, and then read the other side to us and kind of just tell us a little bit about what the
Okay.
meaning is.
Okay, I won't look at what I'm picking.
Okay.
Okay, here's the card. Can you see it?
Beautiful. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And on the back, the affirmation says, our senses don't deceive us, our judgment does. So for that, I think that you don't always, you can trust a lot of times what your senses tell you, as opposed to having your judgment do that. I'm not sure. Let me find another one too. But what do you think that says?
Oh, I don't have that one in front.
Oh, yeah.
I have my whole stack, but that's okay.
Oh, okay.
So
Well,
pick another one.
I'll pick another one. Okay, here's the other one. This is the design. I'm sorry,
Oh,
my
just hold
hand.
it up a little bit more. Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then the affirmation says, don't take things personally. It has nothing to do with you. Step out to fly. For me, that means a lot of times people get caught up in their reaction to things and believe that to be true when it's not true at all. And so you have to step back and recognize that isn't real more than anything.
Right.
And go beyond that. Don't get caught up in things. Because we take a lot of things personally. Somebody
Oh,
just might
yeah.
walk by you and just look at you, and you start to interpret things into, well, why'd they look at me like that? So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
so it's interesting. Just something so simple like that is huge,
Mhm.
because when you can start to not be worried about what anyone else is thinking, it's like freedom, right?
Oh, definitely.
That's like frees you
Definitely.
from, like, beating yourself up by what you think someone said, which they probably
Exactly.
didn't.
When they didn't, they were saying, what are you talking about? I
Right.
didn't do that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so,
It reminds me of a book called The Four Agreements.
yeah,
I don't know. Yeah.
I do. I
And
do know
and
that.
one of the agreements is don't make assumptions,
Right.
because a lot of times you make assumptions and you're totally wrong.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And the other one is don't take anything personally.
I love that one.
So
I
there you
love that
go,
one.
right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite. That book, my husband and I, we used to take rides. We would read, whoever wasn't driving would read stuff. So I
Right.
found that book and I started reading it, and we're like, wow, this is amazing.
Yeah.
And then he'd want to stop and talk about it. I wanted to keep reading, but that was an assumption. That was a agreement that changed my life, that started to change both our lives.
Mm-hmm.
Just knowing that, and it makes a
Yeah.
world of difference. And that's why I really think these things can help our mental health, and help us to get out of our heads more than
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. This is a beautiful one.
Oh yeah, I love
And
that
this
one.
one
Oh yeah.
says, be a willing and happy participant in what's happening in your life right now. But just tell me a little bit about that, what you meant by that.
Well, you have to be present. You have to be in the present, because a lot of times, once again, when things start talking to us in our heads, we just start making all these assumptions about
Yeah.
it. And then we think that all these things are true, and they're
Yeah.
really not. They're really not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I
Well,
love is that you can look at the front, you can interpret, you can actually just look at the, the painting and just
mhm.
have that be the thing that just kind of calms you down. And you can
Yes.
have your own thoughts about it, or you can turn on the back and find one of your affirmations and then, and get out whatever conclusion you want out of the words, which is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Really
Yeah.
nice. So show us one more, Pat, and then I have some other things I want to ask.
Okay. Let's see. Here's this one.
Nice.
Higher. Okay.
Beautiful. Yep.
And it says, poverty does not destroy virtue, nor wealth bestow it. Well, I think that a lot of times if people have lack, they think they're not worthy of a lot of different things. And you have to recognize that neither poverty or wealth makes you who you are, especially in your character. And you have to recognize that and just know that you have it within you. All of us have it within us to
Yeah.
have virtue. Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. Really, they're so lovely. So we're going to have the link down below so people can purchase this card deck. But I want to know from you, what was the creation process like for you?
When I just in creating the deck,
Yeah.
it was wonderful. It was not easy. I I think that I had to do a lot of searching because I didn't know what I was doing. I had never done anything like this before, but it was in my heart, and that helped me to keep going, to know that I was going to get through this. And then, like I said, when I saw your advertisement, I was like, wow, it's like whatever you're seeking is also seeking you.
Mm,
And it was like divine order, serendipity, all those kind of
yeah.
things. And I was beyond grateful,
Yeah.
beyond grateful. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I can say this from watching you, is just that you just had such spirit about it that you would not give up, even when it seemed like, either technology or whatever it was that kind of was like, bam, right in your way there. You're like, okay, that's okay. Bye bye.
Constantly.
And you kicked it aside and
Yeah.
you persevered and
Yes.
you were tenacious, and that's a beautiful thing. So congratulations for that.
I was so proud of myself that I didn't give up.
Yeah.
In fact, there's
Yeah.
another thing that says, the strong give up and keep going, the weak give up and stay.
Mm,
And I think that there are things in my life that happened because I was married one time before, and I was not happy, but I just kept staying. And then one day I said, I'm not staying here. And that's when I realized that I was strong in doing
yeah.
that. So
It's amazing.
it's almost like it's like a sunshine over me somehow.
Mm,
That choices that I made ended up a lot of times being the very right choices,
yeah.
and which led me to my second husband,
Yeah.
and changed my whole spirit.
Yeah, beautiful. And it's like you were divinely guided in the right direction, right? You always had the angel on your shoulder, God in your path next to you. Beautiful. So
That's an ashe, which
there
means
you
so
go.
be it, let it be.
Ashe. Hmm.
Yes.
Right. So what did you learn about yourself during this process? Then you kind of told us a little bit, but go into it a little more, what you learned about yourself.
That I was stronger than I thought I was.
Mm,
That I was willing to not just give up. That if something was in my heart and I knew it was for my good, that I could accomplish it. Yeah. I've been so proud, and recognizing that when I was willing to do that, people and things came into my life.
They did. You had a lot of angels flying around you in so many different ways. So
Way a lot.
yeah. And so I love that. I love that what you just said about when you were willing to do it, like your willingness then just opened up the floodgates for it to happen for you.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
great.
I'm almost going to cry.
Yeah, I know, me
Yes.
too, because I watched you and I watched it
Yeah, I
happen, and
know.
it really was
I know.
it was a beautiful thing.
I know.
Yeah.
The
Oh my God,
mastermind
I'm
wrote all that.
sorry, people, because now we have everyone else crying. But
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
there was something very magical about how this deck came together. So, you know, the thing about card decks, it's infused with the energy, like not only of your paintings and of your wisdom, but really of your spirit and how you were able to pull this together. So, you know, I do really want to congratulate you and encourage
Thank you.
everyone to
Thank you.
check these out.
Wow.
Yeah. So is there anything that you want people to know about? Like if you can just have one thing to say to the audience, you know, what would you say?
I just say, listen to your heart, kind of get clear about it,
Mm,
and don't make things just be superficial. You know, search a little deeper in yourself, because there's just so much that you can get from that process. And don't give up, you know, because there's always a way. Somebody will show up, something will happen that will help you get through it. And just have that kind of faith, really. That's what I think.
beautiful. That's a beautiful, beautiful way to leave everybody. So just take your card deck and just kind of show it off real quick for us.
Okay. I think I got them all mixed up back and forward, but I picked up too many, I think. But yeah, I just love them. I just love them. Is that too? Can you see?
Yeah, so your face, beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes
Excellent.
I still just lay them out, you know, on a table and look at them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
'Cause
fabulous.
they're, I
And
love,
what you've done, you know, we're so grateful because what you've done is put them into a product that everybody can enjoy, that's affordable, that's, you know, they can carry it around, they can have it with
mhm,
them and still get all the benefits, you know,
yes.
of all of your genius. So thank you so much, Pat.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I tell you, if I hadn't seen that one ad with your name, say Card Deck with Rosie, that changed my life. So thank you for
My
doing
pleasure.
this, making this medium available.
Thank
Okay.
you.
All right.